Hello y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Winnie Bush, and in today's video we'll be talking about how to get an assistantship, or a guide to understanding graduate assistantship, teaching assistantship, and also administrative assistantship. If you're ready, I am. Let's do this. Alright y'all, welcome back. So I have a couple questions that kind of help guide our conversation today. The first question I've written down is, what are graduate assistantship? Because people are probably like, girl, I've never heard that word before. Graduate assistantship, what is that? So graduate assistantship basically help provide you with professional experiences, but it does not interfere with your academics necessarily. So basically while you're in school, you're also doing like part-time work basically. That's how I kind of see it. So like, how do you get a graduate assistantship? I've listed 3 ways. The first one is doing your research. A lot of universities, a lot of colleges that you apply to, most of them have graduate assistantship. Some of them might not be as advertised, so you have to do a ton of research to kind of get that information. So you could do research looking through their website. So whatever university you're looking into, applying to or into, if you've been admitted to that university, kind of just put, even if it's in the search box, just put in graduate assistantship. Just type that in and hit that enter button, and then they'll show you a list of like some of the graduate assistantship that they offer. Another one is to be able to communicate effectively. So whether that's with your professors, your professors, the graduate department, or even with like admissions office, so whoever is processing your admissions, you can always ask them like, does your university or does my specific program offer graduate assistantship? So that's a second way. And then thirdly is networking. Like, you guys, it's America. Like, relationship, I feel like it's everywhere though, but relationship is very important. So it's important that you network. So whether that's connecting with people on LinkedIn, cold emailing people, like there are different ways to network. Or even if like, for example, I have this YouTube channel, and a lot of people from this YouTube channel, you can see that I went to Jackson State University for undergrad, I went to Kent State for grad school. So you can reach out to me and be like, hi Winnie, I'm applying to Kent State University, for example, and I'm interested in an assistantship. Could you tell me, do you know if they offer any assistantship, or could you direct me to the right person? So things like that, where kind of utilize all your network, utilize people that you know, even people you don't know. Like, strangers can be your best friends, y'all. But kind of just making sure that you're asking those questions and reaching out to people, and people are very willing to help, so don't be afraid to reach out to them. Alright y'all, the third question I kind of put out there is, why is it important? So why is it important to have a graduate assistantship? And I have 3 answers for you guys. The first one is cost. So graduate assistantship can definitely help you avoid being in debt when so when you start, basically a lot of graduate assistantships help you cover your tuition. They cover your tuition, your fees, and they also provide you with a stipend as well. So that way you don't have to take out any loans, you don't have to borrow any money from family or friends or colleagues. Like, you don't have to borrow money. So that's the good one, is just it helps you kind of reduce your costs. The second one, I think, is that it opens a lot of doors in the future, especially I think if you're doing like a research assistantship, or even an administrative, I think all of them actually, teaching as well, like, because you'll be working alongside other people, so that way you're building your relationship with them, and also they can, like, if it's a professor that you're doing your teaching assistantship with, he can always advocate for you when you graduate and you need a role or you need an internship. So that's just another way. It's just it helps you build connections and relationships with people. And then the third reason why I think it's important, I think, is that it helps you build your resume or your CV, or whatever y'all call it nowadays. But it helps you build that up because it gives you professional experiences, because this puts you a little bit above the average student, in that you're not just a student. Like, you're taking classes, yes, but you have work, like you're working as well. So when you graduate and you're looking for a job, like, that's good for potential employers to see on your resume, like, this student is like extremely hardworking. Like, while they were in grad school, they also had an assistantship. The next question I have is, how much do they pay? So this is very dependent. It's dependent on your university, it's dependent on the states, for example. It's also dependent on your program as well. So some assistantship pay a lot. Like some assistantship pay your tuition for you, so that's all your school fees, so you don't have to pay that. Some even help you cover like your health insurance, and then some of them even also give you a stipend as well, so a living stipend. So they give you money that you can use to take care of yourself. So for example, when I attended Kent State University as a graduate student, my graduate assistantship, which was an administrative graduate assistantship, it was with their Department of Residence Life. So the Department of Residence Life, at that time, which was 2 years ago now, I graduated in May of 2020. I don't know math, I'm terrible with math, but so with that, so my graduate assistantship covered my tuition, it covers some part of my fees, it also covers 70% of my health insurance, and also I got like on-campus housing because I was working for them, so I lived on campus as well. So with that, like all the stipend, it also covered a stipend as well. So that stipend just came straight into my pocket because I didn't have to spend money on food, unless I was just trying to feel bougie and like go out and spend money on food, but it wasn't like a necessary, it wasn't something that was necessary. So yeah, but it typically is dependent on the university, on the person you're working with, and the company you're working for. So yeah, so just making sure that you ask them like what their benefits options are, because some of them might say, okay, so we can't cover all of your tuition, but we'll cover like 50% of your tuition or 60%. But typically graduate assistantship cover a percentage of your tuition, and they also offer you a stipend as well. So yeah, so that's definitely something to consider. And then the last question I have is, when do you apply? So this again, like the previous question, is also dependent on the school. So for example, at Kent State University, when I was doing my master's in higher education administration, we were required to have an assistantship. So everyone in the program had to have a graduate assistantship unless you worked full-time. So before you were fully accepted into the university or fully accepted into the program, you had to have an assistantship. So with me, for me, or during the application process, so with the higher ed program, so after you apply, you'll be chosen to like interview. You interview with the director of the program, and then after that interview, he'll tell you about what they call a GA days, which is a graduate assistantship days. And with that, that's basically when all the different offices on campus who are hiring for grad assistants will come to one location, and then all the applicants will also be able to like go to that location and interview with all these positions. So that's when, so I completed the application online, and then I went to GA days, and then I got an assistantship, and then that was when I was now fully accepted into the university. So like every university is different. I know some universities where it's not required to have an assistantship, so a lot of them might not even have enough assistantship to go around, or some universities where it's like it's up to you, so you can if you want to, you don't have to, like it's not, you know, mandatory. So it's really dependent on the university that you're looking into, you know, into attending. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions about just getting an assistantship or just navigating like the assistantship process, please let me know in the comment box below. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you next time.